Hey everybody, welcome back. Today I'm going to take you through a stretching routine that you can do anytime, anywhere. Before your workout, I actually recommend more after your workout. I'm going to show you all the stretches standing. We're going to go through a dynamic warm-up, and then we're going to move right down to the mat. So the first thing you want to do if you're doing it before exercise is just warm the body up. Jumping jacks, jump rope, go for a little jog around the block, anything that elevates your heart rate and warms up those muscles. If you're doing this post-workout, your muscles are already warm, so you can just go right into the stretch. I always start every client with a warm-up that moves your body into the move that we're going to perform during the workout. So this is called a dynamic stretch. You want to do it moving. So we're going to start off right at the top of your mat, and we're going to go the length of the mat. Walking crossovers, working the hamstrings. Start with your left over your right. Sweep your arms up nice and high, and then start to fold forward, folding all the way down as far as you can, and then come back up. Uncross and then recross the foot. Sweep your arms up and then fold forward. I save this static stretching for the end for purposes of being able to hold it a little bit longer, and so that I don't lose a lot of power that I'm going to need for the actual workout. So you want to hold each one just for a couple of seconds. So right now we're stretching the back of the right leg, a little bit on the left, and then we're going to go right to the other side. Making sure that you're folding from the hip crease so that you don't disrupt the lower back, and you can really feel that stretch right in the back of the hamstrings. One more time. So we did the back of the body, now we're going to do the front of the body. This is a walking quadricep. Raising your right arm up, just take your heel right to your butt, pushing your hip forward, and then switch sides. And then switch sides. Pushing the hip forward, you'll allow your hip flexor to open up, and then we're going to do the same thing back. Next one, knee hug. So just take the knee right up into the chest. You want to press firmly into the floor with that standing leg. And if you can squeeze the glute on that standing leg, that will give you a lot more balance. Keep your shoulders down. Everything is pushed down towards the center and the core. So that'll give you the most balance. And back. Okay, now we're just going to open up the hips. So you're just going to take the leg out and then come in. If you want to put a chair right in front of you or a little stool, so it's like you're going over a hurdle, up and over. One more time. And now switch sides. If this is really challenging for you, just start off with a lower stool, okay, until you can really get your hip to come all the way up and over. You want to try to keep your hips square. One more time. And then up and over, okay? And then coming right to the middle of your mat, we're going to warm up the shoulders. So take your arms right out to the side and just do little circles. Just warming up the shoulders. And then start to make them a little bit bigger, going in one direction. And then you're going to go the other direction, starting off small, and then slowly start to make it bigger. We spend a lot of time sitting at our desks, so our neck, shoulders, everything on the back of the body gets really tight. One more time. And then bring that right arm in front, and just take that left arm, bring it right underneath the right. And then switch. And now take your arms all the way up to the sky, grab onto that left wrist, and now push your left hip towards the left, and you're going to lean right. And then grab onto the other wrist, and do the same thing. Push that left hip to the right, and you're going to lean left. Now bringing your arms back behind you, clasp onto the hands if it's possible, and then just start to lift your sternum and your chest to the sky. Try not to arch into your back. Keep your abs nice and tight. So really pulling the transversus abdominis, that deep inner core muscle, in towards the back of the body. And look up if it doesn't bother your neck. Otherwise, just look forward. Just getting that nice stretch through the chest. And then take your arms in front, and you're going to get the back. Just drop your chin to your chest. And then the last one, you're gonna take your hands, make a fist, bring them together, and you're gonna go all the way around your head. This is a halo. So you're starting off with body weight. And then if you have a water bottle, if you don't have weights with you, you can use a water bottle, you can use a laundry detergent. This is gonna open up your shoulders, move around all that synovial fluid in the joints. One more time. And you wanna try to take it all the way back behind your head. Again, abs are tight, knees are soft. So really stretching all the way back behind your head. One more time. And recover. Another really great stretch for your lats and your triceps is a wall stretch. So also for the shoulders, you're gonna take your arm up the wall, make sure that your body is away from the wall, and then take your arm back behind you as if you're gonna scratch your back. And you'll feel that stretch all the way down the lats, the triceps, and it actually feels really good. You're gonna do both sides. So I'll just quickly show you on this side. Take the arm up the wall, my body's away from the wall, and I'm just gonna bring my arm back to stretch out my triceps and my lats. And then if you want to get the chest, place your arm like a goalpost and then push your chest forward, but just go to the point of tension on this one. This one can be intense if your chest is really tight. Pulling your abs in, neutral spine, and then you'll do the same thing on the other side. Really getting into that chest, feeling the opening through the sternum. And there you have it. Okay, so that's the standing component. We're gonna go right down to the floor and we're gonna start off with some walkouts. So you're gonna sweep your arms all the way up, fold at the hip, and then walk out coming into high plank. Hold and pause for a moment, keep the belly tight, push the floor away with your hands, and then walk back. Sweeping the arms up. We're gonna do that 3 times. Walking out, really folding from that hip. If you're finding your balance is a little off, you can widen your stance, hold for a couple of seconds, and then walk back. Again, last time. Folding forward, walk it out. And you're gonna hold here. We're gonna take the right foot all the way to the right pinky. Now, if you need to assist it, go for it. Right arm up, bring it down, step back high plank, switch sides. We're gonna do this 3 times. So you're warming up the shoulders, getting a little rotation in through the torso. This is 2. One more time. Last time on the other side. And then come down right onto all 4s. Placing your hands right underneath your shoulders, we're gonna go into cat-cow. So you drop your belly, lift your gaze, inhale, exhale, tuck the tailbone under, round the spine. And you don't have to go too far into this. You really just wanna lubricate the spinal column and really get the muscles to open up. And you just go cycle through about 3 or 4 times. And relax. Okay, come into a neutral spine where your back is flat. Take your left hand and bring it behind your head, and we're gonna do some T-spine rotation. So opening up the top of the shoulders. Take your left elbow, bring it down to your right thumb, and then look up underneath. You're gonna do this 5 times. 3, 4, and 5. Taking that left arm up, reach it all the way to the sky, and then weave that left arm all the way underneath, dropping your head to the floor, extending the right arm out. Place your right hand underneath your shoulder, come back, and switch sides. Right hand behind the head, reach it all the way down, and then come up, down, 2, 3, 4, one more time, and 5. Take that right arm all the way up, and then reach it underneath, coming all the way down. Bring your body all the way back up to start, and then I'm gonna turn to the front to face you, and we're gonna do some side lunging. So take your right foot out, place your right foot on the ground, your left knee is bent, and you're just going to sit back on your heel, your left heel, and then come forward. You're stretching all the muscles in through your groin, and come forward, and we'll do this about 5 times. One more time. If your knee is starting to get cranky, you just put a pillow right underneath it. All right, switch to the other side. Left foot out, place the foot down, reach it back, and then come forward. reach it back and forward for 3 and 4. Last one and 5. Okay, so we're all sitting a ton. So one of my favorite stretches for the hip flexor, which will also help your lower back, is to come to a kneeling position, place one foot out. So start here, all right? You can judge how far you want to go. So right foot comes out and then you push your hip forward. Now, if you want to put a pillow under your knee, put a pillow under your knee. You want to feel that stretch right in through the front of the hip. Now to intensify it, take your left arm up, lean and twist, and then come out. Come up, lean and twist, and then come out. You do about 4 or 5 times. And then you're gonna switch to the other side. First, starting position, walk your foot forward, your left side, and then push the hip towards the mat. Tuck the tailbone under. Right arm comes up, lean and twist. Right arm comes up, lean and twist. Okay, so that's just a little dynamic warm-up that you can do before exercise. You can also add a lot of those movements in post-workout. I'm gonna show you with a strap how to do some static stretching on your mat. So you can use anything that you have on hand, a towel, a belt, a yoga strap. I just happen to have this really handy dandy strap that has a lot of notches in it, and I use this for a number of different things. So we're gonna start off first on your back. You're gonna place the strap right around actually the top of your foot. So if you're struggling with plantar fasciitis, or if you have really tight calves, this is a great stretch for you to help open up the back of the body. So you want to really pull your toes to your nose. So I'm keeping my left hip on the ground and my left toes are pointing straight ahead. And you just hold for about 20 to 30 seconds. And then I'm going to take the strap and I'm going to go right out to the right side, keeping my left hip down. My right leg is stretching all the groin muscles, still getting into the hamstrings, opening up the hip. Make sure you breathe while you do this. And then I'm gonna go back through center and I'm gonna take it over to the left, reaching my right arm out. So with my right arm out, I'm able to stretch out the muscles right in through my chest. And then slowly bring it back through center. And now take the strap off and bring that foot right onto the other side. So you're gonna take your left leg, bring it to tabletop, cross your right ankle over your left thigh, and come into a figure 4. This is a really good one to do on the floor, but you can also do it standing and just holding on to your kitchen counter, just crossing your ankle over your thigh. Really good for the hips. And again, just hold for about 20 or 30 seconds. I'm not going to hold it for too long, just kind of demonstrating what you're going to do. And I'm going to switch sides. So I'm coming over to the left side. You can press pause whenever you need to in this video just to hold it for a little longer, depending on how tight you are. The more you practice, the better you will get. So with anything else, you've got to put in the work. Otherwise, you're never going to reap the benefits. You're never going to get over that hump. So you want to take your toes to your nose. Immediately, I feel it right on the back side. Now I'm going to take my foot all the way to the left. I'm going to reach my right arm out. And again, just go to the point of tension in all of these stretches. You never want to go too far because you don't want to, you want to avoid injury. And if you're suffering or dealing with any injuries, then always speak to your doctor first. But stretching when you're injured is not recommended. So you want to make sure that you're not going through any kind of injury. Taking it over to the right side, really feeling that stretch in my hip. And then going right back to center, removing the strap, taking my left foot over my right thigh, reach behind my right leg, push the left knee away. Breathing in and out. Just notice if you're clenching anywhere, your jaw, your shoulders, your hips. And then slowly remove your ankle from the thigh, bring your feet on the ground, keep your knees bent. We're gonna do some hip openers. So I'm gonna drop the right hip and leg down to the right. Now making sure my left leg and hip are still neutral, sliding that right leg all the way out straight, internally rotate my foot and then bring the foot back to tabletop. or just in this bent knee position. Drop the right leg to the right, slide it out, and then internally rotate and bring it back in. Let's go that one more time. Drop it down, opening up the hip socket, internally rotate, and then bring it back. And let's go to the other side. Drop the left, slide it out, internally rotate, and then bring it back. Drop it, slide it, rotate, bring it back. One more. Drop, slide, rotate, and bring it back. If you want to do both, you can just come into this position. This is a very nice stretch for your groin and your hips. And this one you can just hold. You can place your hands on your knees if you want to intensify it. If this is too much for you, you can put blocks underneath your knees and then slowly move the height of the block. The blocks are great because you have 3 different heights that you can use to raise up the floor. And then bring your knees back in. Take your feet to the outside of the mat and let's go the other way. Nobody really stretches the hips in this way, so we want to do both, internal and external rotation. And then bring your knees back to neutral. I'm going to have you lie on your side. So with this one, you can put a pillow underneath your head, but bring your left hand out straight. Unshrug your shoulder. Place your head down. Your head might be a little bit lower than your shoulders, but that's okay for right now. Take your right arm all the way up. Inhale, and then exhale, twist. Bring it all the way over to the other side. Now, when you're in this other side, what you want to do is just sweep the arm on the floor. I don't know if you can see me, but what I'm doing is I'm pretending I'm in between a pane of glass, 2 panes of glass. And I'm just, with my palm up, sweeping my palm all the way up and down. And then I'm going to move over to the other side. Dropping my shoulder, bringing my arm in front, kind of like an alligator. Inhale to lift my arm up, and then exhale, rotate over to the other side. Sweeping the arm and just really feeling all those muscles open up and through the chest, getting that nice torso twist. And then just hold. Bringing your arm back, and then slowly make your way up, and we'll do a seated butterfly. So bringing the soles of the feet together. So I like to hinge before I bend all the way over. So I'm going to sit up nice and tall, sits bones on the ground, and then I'm going to take a breath in, and then slowly fold forward. And if you want to fold all the way, try to bring your body as close to the floor as you can without straining. You can do that now. Coming all the way back up, place your feet out straight. A block is really great for this exercise. So if you have a lot of range of motion, I'm going to sweep my arms up. We're going to do a forward fold. If you have a lot of range of motion and you can come past your toes and you don't feel it, a great trick would be to use a block and put it right next to your feet. And then you can try to reach the block. And that will intensify the stretch. And again, remember, you have to fold forward from the hip crease, okay? You're not rounding from the lower back. So you don't want to put a lot of pressure on your lower back. So just fold forward from the hip crease. Breathing in and out. If you need to bend your knees, you can bend your knees. One more breath in. One more exhale out. And then remove the block. I'm going to show you a seated figure 4. This is a great one to get really deep into the hips, and then we're going to do half pigeon. So cross the ankle over the thigh and then bend into that left side, and then slowly just keep pushing your torso forward so you can feel that stretch right on the outside of the right hip. Flex your foot, breathe in and out. And then slowly switch over to the other side. I like to lean back a little bit, switching over to the other side, keeping everything square. You might notice one side is a lot tighter than the other. It's very, very normal. Just really feeling that stretch in the hip. And then slowly come out, come back onto all fours. Now the greatest thing about half pigeon is that you can do this on your bed to elevate the floor. If you have the range of motion and it doesn't bother you, then come into high plank, take the right foot, bring it up, and then bring it all the way in towards the center. Sometimes at the end of the day, I like doing it right on the edge of my bed because it's just a nice way to release the hips after a long day. So you just come all the way down, and you're going to hold this for about, really as long as you want until you can release the hips. Sometimes at the end of the day, I like to hold it for 45 seconds to a minute. Relax the shoulders, relax the jaw. And then slowly start to come out. I'm not holding it for as long because I'm just going to show you, but then you can hold it for as long as you want. Coming back into high plank, lift the left leg, and then switch sides. Take a breath in, and then slowly fold forward, coming all the way down. And slowly come all the way back up. Coming to a nice seated position. And that's it. So you have a dynamic warm-up in the beginning, and then you have the static stretching at the end. You can incorporate any number of these exercises. You don't even have to do the whole thing. But if you feel an area that's really tight, like your upper body or your lower body, then perhaps you emphasize those areas first, and then the next day you do the other area. So if you really enjoyed this video, let me know. Let me know if you'd like to see more. If you want to see more yoga or strength training or stretching, I am happy to help. So that's all we have for today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you next time.